It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Light Forex Social Trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.
July 12, 2019. Good morning, Piotr here, and this is the pre-London Open live market coverage on Light Forex Global YouTube channel. Let's start with risk warning, guys. Please bear in mind trading effects on margin. Trading crypto on margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for investors. You can sustain a loss of some or all initial investment, so please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Seek education, gain experience before risking real money. However, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Okay. So let's have a look where we are. Quick update in regards to the pound, because we were discussing pound yesterday. I've been thinking that we are going to make the pullback based on what we've seen the day before, right? The size of the pullback over here, the one here, right? And let me make it that way. And we did, based on the upper shadow and the bodies, yeah, that was something we were discussing yesterday, right? Then was Riley off. Then I've been thinking that, okay, when I saw another pullback, that we are going to do the same and something around the weekly open, that might be the case, right? So I've been trying to trade the pound a little bit higher and I've been stopped out. But then I decided to give it a go again based on the latest weakness over here, all right? So same as we were doing for last few meetings, same strategy. So I'm holding half. We'll see. I wanna see if we are going to retest yesterday high and what's going to happen. All right. So that's how I see the pound. I started with pound because we were discussing, and I'm long, but the first approach I've been stopped out. So that's what's important here. All right. Overall, dollar situation is very, very interesting, because if you remember, Powell was testifying yesterday, but on Wednesday as well, right? And on Wednesday, he was claiming about the low inflation, and we got CPI yesterday, and it wasn't bad. Dollar was trying to recover. Then around the 30-year bond auction results, we were trying to push more dollar higher. But what is interesting here is that Tokio was selling dollar again. All right, so it's very very interesting what's going to happen, especially that we do have PPI later today, 2:30 p.m. CET, 1:30 p.m. London, or 8:30 a.m. Eastern, right? So that's the US data later today. So it's very interesting also from the perspective, from the chart perspective, because on euro dollar we are above pre-non-farm payrolls levels, but on the dollar index we are above these levels as well, right? So a little bit tough right now. We'll see. What is also important, worth to mention, it was not only Powell yesterday. We had plenty of Fed speakers yesterday. For example, Brainard sees case for easing monetary policy, right? It was also inside the article from Wall Street Journal. Another dove, and I've mentioned about that yesterday, Fed Kashkari 25 basis point cut wouldn't be enough of a shock. Need 50 basis point cut, right? So based on this information, mostly towards the late US hours and during the Tokio session, we saw that was one of the reason overall dollar was sold off, right? With positive sentiment. When we see DJ flying sky high, I was wrong there on the indices, but yeah, we are going to discuss indices as well. So I updated the cable here. We will see. Let's switch to dollar index. Okay, so let's start with weekly. All right. Again, briefly, we closed previous week. We've moved back above the trend line. So what we were discussing at the beginning of the week, that we might see a little bit higher levels. We might even try to make new high. We hit previous week high, but then we saw the rejection mostly because of the Powell, right? And we are fighting right now, right at the trend line. So let's switch to daily. All right. As you can see, it's better visible here. Even more, what is more important, in my opinion, is that dollar index bulls here trying to hold this pre-non-farm payrolls levels. And as you can see, we were testing these levels yesterday. Lower shadow. I know that some guys love lower shadow or upper shadows, trying to immediately take the advantage of that, but not each upper or lower shadow is equal. This one was inside the logical place, right? But you know, we even didn't move closer to yesterday high yet. So I do expect we are going to retest these lows. We are most probably we will try at least to hit yesterday low. So we will try at least to hit some stops. Then we will see, I think the last Friday base over here 96.70 is gonna be key here, right? That's how I see the things from daily chart. And let's have a look what we have on the hourly. That's how it looks from the hourly perspective. Let's make some cleanings here. Okay, in case of dollar rally, right? Because if you remember from intraday perspective, we were discussing this over under, right? And we hit it exactly here. Now, from intraday perspective, we retest yesterday the consolidation, pre-non-farm payrolls consolidation. We saw the bounce, but to be honest with you, well, that might be too weak. right? So yeah, I'm going to watch it carefully. Any move below pre-non-farm payrolls levels and bulls may lose control right here. So watch out 96.70 from the dollar index perspective. So that's very interesting. Dollar index is still around or a little bit above pre-non-farm payrolls levels, pre-non-farm payrolls consolidations. So let's get back to the platform. And that's euro dollar, right? And look where we are here. Yeah, well above pre-non-farm payrolls levels. We are testing. Yesterday we tested previous Friday high, right? Rejection, mostly based, in my opinion, it was based mostly on the because of the options traders, right? So there was this, then of course question about the CPI bond yield results. But anyway, guys, compared to what we discussed on pound, here we didn't make the full retracement, right? There was a still possibility to go lower. Of course, if I would trade, I didn't, but if I would trade the strategy we learned in June, in that case, I would be stopped out. I'm talking about the renewal position, because if you remember, right, the first attempt here, and when we were connecting, I've been half long. Anyway, Tokio was selling dollar again based on the dovish Fed comments. Now, the reaction here was also based on what we have from daily on euro dollar, right? You are testing this 4th of July range and the base from this candle from the 21st of June, all right? I can't see yet preparation from swing high creation. I think we are going to see something similar today, what we've seen 2 days ago. So watch out for this type of the move eventually. So we are going to probably hit that high. That's what we discussed. 113 level is a key psychological. I think we might see 1320, 1350 as long as we are above 1260, 1240, right? So let's switch. Let's get back to intraday chart. Let's have a look what we have and where bulls and bears may try to approach the market, right? Well, I think that first possible demand here, when we are talking about the Tokyo session, is of course the base here, right? So a little bit wider, and let me put the arrow to what I'm talking about. So that's the first possible demand around Tokyo low. Let's get back for a second to the daily, and that's gonna be something in between Wednesday high, Wednesday close again. If you remember, we were discussing this yesterday, the Wednesday high, Wednesday close, right? So let's get back to that. That's what I'm talking about. Below that level, we can try to take into the consideration the whole rejection, and I'm not gonna be surprised that London will try to rescue dollar. And the second demand is around Monday high. That's what we discussed as well, right? Based on this equal moves, that would be possible, right? And I'm talking specifically about this price action here from Wednesday as well, all right? Specifically, exclusively. Anyway, with this equal move, I'm not gonna be surprised. London may try to rescue dollar, and then the New York will come, we'll see good buying levels, and towards the end of the week we are going to see this type of the move. In contrary, from the bear's perspective, if we are going to see continuation to the upside during the London session and some kind of the hesitation at some point, so we are going to consume some stops, we are going to find the liquidity, and we are going to see quick rejection, then the bulls might be in trouble during the New York session, right? So I'm not saying that it's 100% that I'm 100% sure it's going to happen, but I do think that what we are going to see during the London session might be opposite to what's going to happen during the New York session, so be careful. Overall, looks like the sentiment, dollar sentiment has changed at least a bit. And if you remember our conversation yesterday during the CPA data, we were discussing that, yeah, it was very good and dollar was trying to make the comeback, but you know, even after the 30-year bond auction results, we were trying, as a dollar bulls, we were trying to recover. Unfortunately, dovish Fed's comments over the Tokyo, and looks like dollar bears taking over. So I wonder where we are going to be. Looks like there is I wouldn't say pressure, maybe temptation to try to take some profits from the dollar long position. So in case anyone is gonna be in rush, taking into consideration that we are talking about the summer holiday, lower liquidity, so the volatility might be higher here. So watch out. Trying to summarize euro dollar, as long as we are above 1260, 1240, right? So I am a fan of this basic scenario for longs, right? We are doing equal moves, so I'm looking for possibility to try to join this party around Monday high, equal moves to the downside, so something around 1240, right? On the other hand, if you are a bear, I'm gonna to look for a market to reject something above 1320 if seen today. I'm not in a rush both to buy or to sell, right? But if we are going to see strong rally at the beginning of the London, then towards the New York session we may try to hit London high and then reject. So I'm gonna look for opportunity to short euro dollar only above 1320, 1330 towards 1350. That's how I see the things from euro dollar perspective, right? Now let's have a look what we have on Aussie, because very interesting things are going on here on Aussie dollar. Let's start with weekly chart, right? Because we saw some kind of the rejection around the weekly daily supply. We saw continuation at the very beginning of the week, but right now it's reversal. We are reversing what happened Monday, Tuesday. We know that we have overall midweek reversal almost everywhere on dollar, and we were able to get back above weekly open. Now, from the conservative perspective, you want to see where we are going to close, right? The weekly open, the previous week open is a key here, right? And this week open is a key here. If we are going to manage to go and close here or higher, then I'm going to look next week for some kind of the swing low creation. So I'm gonna to look for this type of the move, right? To retest last week low and try to move higher towards the bottom of the range from the week from the very beginning of April, right? We are talking in that case about 71. That's how I see from longer time frame perspective, right? Let's have a look what we have on a smaller time frame. Let's switch to daily on Aussie dollar. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting levels because we are testing the range from the bottom of the range from 3rd of July, right? And we are trying to right now we are trying to break through that level. Especially it's gonna be important from the daily close perspective here, right? What we are going to see. Nice reversal. So pretty sure we know where we are from the weekly open perspective. So let's move this. Let's not mismatch the stuff. So that's weekly open, and that's where I expect demand in case of the pullback. Yesterday high might be the demand as well, but in case of a deeper pullback, you know, we are about to change the sentiment, or maybe we are early stage of the new sentiment. So no rush. I'm not gonna try to chase the prices. I'm gonna wait. Let's have a look from the intraday perspective, right? Very, very important what is going to happen here, right? So it might be that aggressive bulls are going to wait for this base, Tokio base, right? It would be also, so we are talking about the levels closer to 69.90, right? And it's important because it's a base after which we saw the breakout, and we broke through two important levels. We broke through yesterday high as well as we broke through Monday high, right? So that's new territory. From here, probably next intraday target, that the zone over here, from where we were falling previously, right? So that's possible, next possible supply, and then next possible supply is gonna be over under here. So there are plenty levels, intraday levels, right, from the bears perspective. So be careful here. Anyway, aggressive buyers around 69.90. Conservative around the weekly open 69.70. Sellers higher towards 70.20, 70.30. We remember these levels, we were discussing them some time ago, and the higher towards 70.40, 70.50 here on Australian dollar. Let's have a short discussion about the European indices after short break. All right, let's start with DAX, and because the indices in Europe looks a little bit different than what's happened with DJ, for example. Anyway, DAX here. So if you are bearish DAX, right? 12,550 as possible supply zone here, right? The bottom of the range from the beginning of July, 3rd of July, right? In case you are a bull, that's your possible demand. So we are talking about the yesterday low, all right? We are talking about the bottom of the range from the late June. We are talking about the 28th of June. Okay, so let's switch lower. Let's switch to 30-minute chart. All right, where we are based on this extraordinary sentiment in US, right? We might see attempt to go higher on DAX. Okay, I would be careful. What I would like to see with this DAX index, all right, is to break the latest falling trend line, all right, and we are far away from that. So bears are looking for a failure around the top of that channel, right? Bears are looking for a failure around that top of that channel, especially that we do have some kind of the tested supply, but still possible supply, and we are talking about this zone over here, right? Towards 12,400, right? So that's what bears are looking for. Attempt to break above the top of the channel, falling channel, and move lower towards 12,280 or a little bit lower. And if that's going to happen next week, that's where buyers may wait for the opportunity, right? On the other hand, if we are going to see the break higher like this, right, you don't want to chase the prices. And I think after such a move, we have to find the place where markets showed the weakness last time, and that's gonna be somewhere around current level. So in that case, you want to see some kind of the pullback towards this level, because from here we made in this move, current move, lower low, and retest 12,500. That's how I see the things from the DAX perspective. Let's have a look what we have on FTSE. We are rarely looking at FTSE. Daily chart, breakout, pullback, Tuesday, Wednesday, double doji. Yesterday, attempt to break through lower, but still managed to close above. So looks like bulls may try to push higher based on current sentiment, right? But because of what happened, because we break through the range, the bottom of the range from the 3rd of July, we have some supply, possible supply here, and as you can see, that's what bears are working on for the last few days, right? On the other hand, the level we found support yesterday is based on this breakout candle, and that's the demand. So looks like we are fighting between 7,560.70 and 7,500, 7,480 to the downside, right? I'm not gonna be surprised, especially if you are going to see stronger pound. I'm not gonna be surprised that that's gonna be tough fight, and because of the stronger currency, the indices might go lower. We are discussing this stuff. It's a funny, but anyway, watch out. Of course, because of the upside break, still this 7,500 is a key psychological